let me show you some simple editing features. Editing is actually quite simple, especially for a DAW that does not support touch. If you use the multi-tool, there's quite a lot of things you can do. If you grab the right or the top corners, you see the fade out appears. You can drag it to wherever you like. That's good. And then you can even adjust the curve of that. Now you can have, if you double tap it, you can also turn it into an S curve, for instance, or any other curve. You can change the length still in these regions here. If you try to do it here, you will manipulate it. If you manipulate it in the center, or what I call near the equator, then it is the curve you're manipulating. These sort of quick crossfades are quite handy. The only thing that sometimes happens that you hit the you move the clip gain fader by accident. But I like the fact that you can sort of wiggle it into the right size, then you can still move it. So here, boom, here. For some reason it's quicker on Mac. So voila, I've done these. And then you can still move them about. If you do this, you select something with the multi-tool. So that's above the equator, so to speak. If you do that in the bottom, it will actually move your file. So let's show you that here. So here you select something. Here you move something. Okay. So as you see, selector tool, grabber tool. Same thing here. You have different things. So at the bottom, you move this crossfade about. In the center, you change the curves of the crossfade. If you double tap it in the bottom, you can even change it into S curves or things like that. If you want to change the length of the crossfade, you do that a little higher. The bottom is also the length of it. So length, length, curve. Select something. Now this selection, if I now try to break away the selection, that doesn't work. You can do that, but you need a different function. Now I can toggle that function here. It's a different grabber tool. Yeah, it's separation. So now I can use that here. See, this is not something that's super handy to do with touch, but you can use these buttons to toggle through them. It still has to be the smart tool, but with the separation selected. If I now create a selection and drag that away, it breaks away that region. But it becomes quite destructive. You place something over another region, take it away, you make a lot of holes. It looks cool in Slate videos, you know, but I don't necessarily use it at all. It's cool that you can select something and break it away. But other than that, I don't really like that functionality much. It's quite destructive. One thing that's a bit finicky is sometimes it thinks you want to make a selection when you're here, see? Or it thinks you want to drag something around, like over here. You really have to be quite precise and be on the edge and drag it in, because otherwise you're just going to make a selection. So right now the camera is bang in front of the screen and I'm a little bit to the side, so my coordination is a bit off. Normally it would be more precise, but like any input device, you will make an error here and there. I do the same thing with the mouse and the keyboard and the trackpad. Nothing's perfect. But for a DAW that doesn't actually support touch, it is in fact quite usable by touch. There will be some things that you're more comfortable with doing by mouse or trackpad, whatever it is you like to use. The main thing about using a touchscreen is that you just have your DAW in front of you, and you can either choose to touch things or use your other input devices. There's nothing between you and your DAW. Whereas if you have like a hardware controller, you have to put it somewhere. So you either have to put it towards the side, like I have this iPad now, or you have to put it here somewhere. So that means that your display will be farther away. That's fine if that's what you like. I kind of like this. It's close. I am intimately familiar with the interface of Pro Tools after all of these years. So I know where things are. I don't want to learn or relearn where things are that I know where they are. I don't want to relearn them on another device. That in order to make things quicker for me somewhere down the line. I want to, be able to navigate the way I want to. If I want to do it by touch, that's fine. If I want to use my mouse for some things, like scrolling, that's fine. Navigation is a bit of a problem for me. And on Mac, you can use a trackpad to navigate horizontally, but it's this 360 thing, so you always end up moving a few lanes up or down, which is unhandy. This thing gets too small. It's doable, but it's not great. They have a scroll mode here, but I wish I could just like sort of scroll like this or like this. The main reason for this not being possible is just because Pro Tools is not designed for touch yet. So Pro Tools people, please look at Bitwig and things like that. I know it's on your radar. Go for it.
If you like this video and want to see more of them, please subscribe below. If you have any specific questions you need answers to, please follow the link in the description to learn more about Studio One-on-One online teaching sessions.